And hello YouTube, this is Thomas Judge back once again with another DC Rebirth video, and this is another custom bind from the Justice League Suicide Squad era. So that's section 3 of my DC Rebirth core reading guide. As usual, this is something that I actually did about a year or so ago, but I'm only releasing the video now because it makes sense as part of my Rebirth guide. And as I did previously, I've listened to it, edited it, put it together, and I just wanted to add a couple of little disclaimers because I think I do, again, in this video, go a little bit hard criticising DC, especially criticising the hypothetical DC summer intern. And again, just to say, this is kind of the hypothetical, speculative idea I have that what DC do every summer is just hire some random work experience person who knows nothing about comics and gets them to map their hardcovers. It's kind of a tongue-in-cheek joke, although kind of I do suspect that there's something a bit weird with their collected edition section because some of the rebinds and rebirth hardcovers we're going to be looking at are just really very strange. And as several of you know from previous videos, I always mention this, I'm still slightly traumatized by the time I came out of Avengers Endgame and I heard someone asking their friend or asking their boyfriend why Superman wasn't in it. So I always remain slightly horrified and terrified that companies hire people like that, in other words, normal people, to do their binding. And so I do kind of have this ongoing joke about the DC summer intern being someone who's not a comic fan, just putting stuff together in the most superficial, rudimental way. With that out of the way, just to say the playlists on my channel for DC Rebirth are these four. You've got DC Rebirth All, which covers every single DC Rebirth video I ever do, including, of course, this one. And then a couple of fragmented or curated playlists out of that. And one of them is DC Rebirth Custom Binds, which this video will also be in. So if you're only interested in custom binds, that's the playlist you want. Anyway, let's go back through the mists of time and listen to Thomas Judge talking about a custom rebind of a DC Rebirth hardcover from over 12 months ago.
And hello YouTube, this is Thomas Judge back once again with another installment of my ongoing custom binding or custom redacting series, How to Fix the DC Summer Intern. So in this case we are looking at the Suicide Squad, specifically Suicide Squad hardcover volume 3, and in this we have the issues 21 to 32, and unfortunately issue 26, which is here, is actually a Dark Knight's Metal tie-in. Specifically, this is Gotham Resistance Part 3, Welcome to the Jungle. So, reading this between two completely separate Suicide Squad arcs doesn't really make much sense. Let's move that to the side. Let's have a look at our Dark Knight's Metal Omnibus. And again, this collects all the Dark Knight Metal's issues pretty much in sequence. And there we have Suicide Squad 26, which is here. So I already have this in my omnibus, just to, again, confirm and show people this is the case. This is the omnibus, this is the hardcover, and yeah, I've already got this issue. So I don't need this extraneous and irrelevant double dip in my hardcover collection. It makes for a jarring reading, and it's just poor mapping on the part of the DC Summer Intern. I am conscious that some people do like to have everything by a particular creative set, so particular artists or writers, if it's numerically the sequence of a series, so issues 25, 26, 27, they want them even if they don't make sense like that. I'm not that person. This should not have been mapped like this. This is not something I bought as an art book or something like that. I bought this so I could read the comics, and this sequence is frankly unreadable. And so as a result, this is not an issue I'm going to keep. As you can see there, for the full story, see Dark Knight's Metal the Resistance. Why would I want part of the story? I don't want part of the story. So this has to go. All right. I'm going to go take this to get custom bound. Due to the Hollywood magic that I used to edit this, I'll be back in a few weeks' time, and for you, it'll just be a couple of seconds. Hello YouTube. With the benefit of YouTube editing magic, this should theoretically be a seamless splice after the last bit we just saw, where I'm looking at redacting Suicide Squad DC Rebirth hardcover volume 3. Explain the bits that I want to get rid of and why, and now, a couple of months later, it's back from my binder, and boom, removed. As you can see, we have the page we wanted there, we have the page we wanted here, and it moves seamlessly now from one story to the other without being bothered by the Dark Knight Metal Resistance one-shot issue, which really makes no sense out of continuity. I think I'm going to make this into like a little poster. I might frame it or something. It's quite cool. And I'll do something else with the artwork from these pages as well, if I like. But yeah, just wanted to show this is the volume. This is what it looks like. Quite happy with this. As you can see, it doesn't actually take much out in terms of volume, but it does tidy up and tighten up the collection. The rebind is nice and smooth. Let's have a quick look under the dust jacket. You can see what is done there. It's a bit of just normal black binding on the spine, and then the rest of it is all as it was. So here we have it, completely done, nice and trim. All right, what do you think? Would you do this? Do you think it's worth doing? If you don't, fine, it's not up to you. This is something I've done, but yeah, I thought it might be interesting how I keep my collection as tight as humanly possible.
All right, thanks for watching, everybody. As always, please like, comment, subscribe. As always, please follow me on Twitter at I am Thomas Judge, where I will post a daily review of whatever comics I've been reading. You can get an idea of what I'm up to on the channel. And as always, please support the channel by heading over to Amazon.com and checking out my prose novel about superheroes. It's a completely original piece of work. The first episode in it is called Arrivals, and the series as a whole is called No Gods or Kings. You can find an excerpt of that on my website, nogodsorkings.com. Until next time, everybody, stay classy.